Welcome to Staffworks Explained. If you are here for the first time, please consider subscribing to this channel. You can also watch other videos that we have made on different projects. In this video, we'll be talking about Bishoftu International Airport in Ethiopia, which we say is one of the biggest aviation bets, which is moving from vision to construction. 6 months after the ground was formally broken, Ethiopia's ambitious Bishoftu International Airport project is beginning to shift from architectural plans and financing discussions into visible construction activity on the ground. The 12.5 billion US dollars development, which is located roughly 40 kilometers southeast of Addis Ababa, capital city of Ethiopia, is not simply another airport expansion. It's a strategic attempt to redefine air transport across Africa, as well as secure Ethiopia's position at the center of the continent's aviation network for decades to come. Here, we examine where the project stands today, what is happening behind the scenes in the construction and procurement, how the financing structure is taking shape, and whether the airport can realistically deliver on its promise to become Africa's largest aviation hub. For Ethiopian Airlines, the project is no longer optional. Addis Ababa Bole International Airport, despite several rounds of expansion, is approaching the limits of what can be achieved within its existing footprint. Passenger numbers have continued to grow alongside Ethiopian Airlines' rapid fleet expansion and increasing dominance of intra-Africa and intercontinental routes. The challenge facing planners is straightforward. Future growth requires an entirely new hub, and that hub is taking shape at Bishoftu. Designed by Zaha Hadid Architects as part of a broader international consultancy team, the airport's first phase is expected to accommodate 60 million passengers annually, more than 3 times the capacity of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, JKIA in Nairobi, and significantly larger than most existing airports on the continent. At fuel bid point, current plans envision capacity rising to 110 million passengers annually, supported by 4 runways and extensive cargo maintenance and support facility. The scale places Bishoftu in a category more commonly associated with the major hubs of the Gulf and Asian countries, rather than with traditional Africa airport developments. Construction formally commenced on 10th January 2026, following a groundbreaking ceremony led by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Early works currently underway include extensive earth-moving operations, site grading and preparation of critical infrastructure required before major structures can rise. Such activities may appear routine, but in project management terms, they represent some of the highest risk stages of a mega project. Errors in terrain preparation, drainage systems, or utility corridors at this stage can create delays and even cost overruns that persist throughout the project cycle. Industry sources indicate that approximately $610 million US dollars have been allocated to these initial works, with Ethiopian Airlines financing this phase directly. The expectation remains that major construction packages will progressively transition from site preparation into full-scale infrastructure development over the coming months. Away from the construction site, another critical phase is unfolding, and that is procurement. For a project of this scale, selecting contractors is as important as the engineering itself. Procurement processes are understood to be advancing through multiple work packages, covering terminal facilities, airfield infrastructure, and supporting transportation links and operational support facilities. While final contract awards continue to be closely watched by industry observers, project managers will be paying particular attention to contractor capability, interface management, as well as schedule integration. Interface management rarely attracts public attention, Yet, it is often where mega projects succeed or even fail. Put it simply, dozens of constructors can perform well individually, while the project still suffers if their work does not connect seamlessly. Airports are especially vulnerable because runways, terminals, rail link, baggage systems, security systems, as well as utility networks must all become operational at precisely the same time. The design itself reflects a growing trend among major airports to combine operational efficiency with environmental performance. Publicly released plans describe a terminal organized around landscaped courtyards, extensive natural ventilation systems, and large passenger spaces intended to reduce energy consumption while improving the travel experience. The project also includes a 350-room airside hotel and ambitious sustainability targets that extend beyond the terminal buildings themselves. Particular emphasis has been placed on sourcing construction materials locally where feasible. Project documentation has highlighted that use of locally produced and recycled concrete, aggregates, as well as steel, aligning with broader environmental objectives and reducing transportation-related emissions. Transportation connectivity remains one of the most closely watched aspects of this development. Current plans include new road infrastructure connecting the airport to Addis Ababa city. Discussions within project cycles have also centered on a dedicated rail connection linking the airport to the capital and the existing aviation ecosystems around Bole International Airport. While technical specifications continue to evolve as planning advances, the success of the airport will ultimately depend not only on aircraft movement, but also how efficiently passengers and workers can reach the facility. This is a lesson that many African airports have learned the hard way. Infrastructure inside the airport fence can be world-class, but weak roads and rail connections often undermine the passenger experience. Financing remains another major test. Ethiopian Airlines has stated that it intends to provide approximately 30% of the project's funding directly, with the remainder expected to come through debt financing arranged with international lenders. African Development Bank has emerged as a key participant in this effort, serving as the leading role in mobilizing financing for what has become one of the largest infrastructure projects currently under development in Africa. Advisory teams involving international financial, engineering, and legal specialists have also been assembled as part of the transaction structure. Such arrangements are common on projects of this magnitude, where the financing process can become as complex as the construction itself. Comparison with other Africa airports projects are inevitable. The continent has witnessed major aviation investment over the past decades, including the expansion in Nairobi, Addis Ababa, Kigali, and also elsewhere. Yet, Bishoftu operates on a different scale altogether, even when compared with the ongoing modernization ambitions surrounding Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi. The Ethiopian project represents a fundamentally different proposition, not an expansion of an existing airport, but the creation of an entirely new aviation city. That distinction matters. Expansions typically improve capacity incrementally. New hub airports create opportunities to redesign passenger flow, cargo operations, maintenance facility, and future expansion corridors from the ground up. They also carry substantial greater financial and execution risk. The question now is no longer whether Bishoftu International Airport will be built. Construction activities has already answered that. The more important question is whether the project can maintain momentum through the difficult middle years that challenge every mega project, securing financing, controlling cost, coordinating contractors, and preserving schedule discipline. If those hurdles are successfully managed, Bishoftu could become one of the most consequential infrastructure projects in modern African history, not merely because of its size, but because it would cement Ethiopia's role as the continent's primary aviation gateway at a time when competition among Africa hubs is intensifying. So thank you. For now, The airport remains a construction site, but for the project managers, investors, and aviation planners across Africa, it is already much more than that. It's a live test of whether Africa can deliver a globally significant transport mega project on the scale increasingly, increasingly demanded by its economic ambitions. So thank you for reaching this far. If you are here for the first time, please consider subscribing to this channel. You can watch other videos that we have made on this big project in Ethiopia, among others in Africa. So thank you, and let's meet in the next one.